Welcome to the Seattle Bird Podcast. I'm your host, Leo. This episode, our bird spotlight is on the pied-billed grebe. The word pied means having two colors. Their bills are pied, black and white, in the summertime. Otherwise, their bills are brown. Males and females look the same, brown all over. They're the size of a small duck. All About Birds describes the unique nature of the pied-billed grebe's nest. It's an open bowl that sits on a floating platform made of plants such as a lily leaf. The parents are experts at just-in-time manufacturing, or perhaps they're expert procrastinators. They build the nest within 3 to 5 days of laying eggs, and continue building even afterwards, sometimes expanding the home to accommodate a growing clutch of eggs. Grebes go underwater when alarmed. I like to play a fun game with my editor Brian, in which, whenever a grebe dives underwater, we both point towards the water, and whoever's closest to where the grebe surfaces wins. Their feet are lobed rather than webbed, which is similar to an American coot, another bird covered by the Seattle Bird Podcast, link in show notes. BirdNote says that the flamingo's closest relatives are grebes, both of which are related to doves. Chicks leave the nest one day after hatching, making them precocial. Listen back to the most recent episode about my interview with Kaylee Swift. They spend their first week riding on their parents' backs, including at times while their parents dive. Wikipedia says the chicks can sleep on their parents' backs. Chicks have interesting feather patterns compared to their parents' relatively uniformly drab bodies. Check the show notes for a photo. Speaking of feathers, pied-billed grebes eat a lot of their own feathers. At times, 1/2 of their stomach could be filled with feathers, and they are even fed to chicks. This is for a good reason, though, to prevent hard and indigestible prey parts from entering their intestines. The bird calls were recorded by Martha Fisher, David W. Stemple, Randolph Little, and were available courtesy of the Macaulay Library at the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. Our sources for this episode are Wikipedia and BirdNote, but mostly all about birds. Script was written by me with help from Brian. The audio editing is by me. The theme song is by Felix. I'm your host, Leo. Until next time.